Hey fam, it's Etched, and today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to be teaching you guys how to make a den similar to this one or whatever nature den you really want to. I'm going to be covering how to layer plants, how to make your den look aesthetic, and how to actually have a well-looking nature den. A lot of people don't know that I'm actually a big den decorator, so basically, let's get into it. So, as you saw in the first shot, I was putting down these stone pathway things, so that is the first step. Now, I didn't go along with the actual path of the den because I was going to create my own path. This means we need to cover up the spots where there's obvious, spaces. I did make a little garden to the side of the den because I thought it looked pretty cute. And yeah, so like to point out that I used a lot of giant clover patches for this because they are a great space filler. I would recommend that you get some, honestly. The second step, guys, is to start adding your trees and start layering the plants to make it look like you have a flowery background. Now, this can go really, really wrong if you don't do it correctly. Like, I've seen some dens that use phantom grass as their background plant, and that does not work because just because you click it and it'll turn pretty doesn't mean that someone will actually click it, and it actually kind of looks a little unprofessional. So, oh my god, unprofessional dens. Okay, sorry. So behind your big trees, you're gonna want to start adding smaller plants that are possibly in pots or bamboo, like things like lobster claws, golden wattles, bamboo, sunflowers, things like that. That'll make the den look like the plants are actually growing out of the ground because since you put your big trees in front of it, it covers the actual potted part of the plant. And it looks really, really nice afterwards, so yeah. I started working on the interior design, I guess you could call it. Now, you need to pick an actual theme for this. You can't be having a ton of stone and stuff with wood because it'll just look very, very mixed and no one will get the actual feel for the home. So what you want to do is pick items that have similar features, like wood items, items that are possibly brown, stuff like that. And because I picked the red striped walls, I had a red worn couch from the Kimbara Outback store that's there. And I didn't add much to the actual interior though because this was more of a how to decorate nature dens, but I'm going to be going through some actual tips after this. This was just kind of the tutorial part of it. I'm now going to be giving some tips on how to cover up things that you don't want or how to change a den into something that doesn't even look like your den. In my newest restaurant den that I made, there were these stairs that someone actually thought that it actually led to somewhere. I am going to be talking about tips to cover up something you don't want. So what you need is you need items that will cover them up pretty well, and you need a lot of them. If you actually want to decorate your dens and spend time decorating your dens, I would suggest getting plants like grass with worms or giant clover patches because those cover up a lot of things. But if you just want to cover up something that you don't want there, you can use some tulips or some actual flowers that you got from somewhere. But I will warn you that it is kind of hard to make that look good because a lot of flowers do have the potted plant part of everything. Another tip I would say is do not use a lot of the same exact plant. Like if you use a lot of clover patches or grass with worms, that's understandable if you want to cover something up and it's as a ground cover. But if you use the same exact plant like bamboo a ton, it'll just look like you filled your whole entire den up with some bamboo and it will not look too good. And I know I earlier said this, but please try not to use those phantom-like items if you do want a green nature den. If you're doing some other sort of theme, then do that. But if you are looking for the plant aesthetic, do not use the phantom grass or plants because it just kind of looks really weird. Tell me if you all want to see more videos like this in the future. I know it was a little short, but I wanted to try something new out. And I can do other tutorials on other dens and stuff like that. Just tell me, comment down below if this helped you. And also comment your usernames because I will be giving away a long collar in the comment section down below. Just make sure to like this video and subscribe to be entered. And yeah, I love you guys and bye!